What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so before I get into this video, shout out to the brother Mark Tavian for the donation to the channel via the Cash App. I saw your message, and I'm gonna hit you up. So salute to you, brother, for showing love, man, and yeah, most definitely, man. I'm gonna hit you up. So let's talk about this. One of the things that has been slowly exposed over the last several years. First, I would say around 2000, maybe as early as 2017, but definitely 2018, 2019. A lot of us started putting the dots together, and we could see that with just common sense and just seeing certain things that were transpiring, that it looked like there were a lot of guys on television, in particular ESPN, but Fox Sports 1 as well, FS1. You got a sense that a lot of these guys were speaking from the same script, right? They're speaking from the same script, and a lot of the things they were saying just seemed so extreme that you thought either to yourself, like, either these guys are being paid by the network to play characters, or these are people who are being influenced by another outside source to say these things. And ultimately, it became more and more apparent that it was the latter, although probably some of the first two. And then we started saying, well, a lot of these guys are being influenced by Clutch. And that has proven to be correct. Clutch, in itself, protects LeBron James in a way that I've never seen an athlete being protected before. So you have to ask yourself, why is he being protected like this? I mean, most athletes don't need this level of protection unless there's something to hide. And there's a lot to hide. Now, I can't prove a lot of the things I'm going to say here. I can't definitively prove things, but, there are a lot of things circumstantially that don't make sense. Why is it that we see a guy who's 40, for all intents and purposes, LeBron's about 41 years old now. The fact that he's still playing at the level he's playing, yeah, you can say it's a testament to his, consistency and his, genetics and keeping his body in shape and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, as you get to your 40s, things just don't work the same physically. You get tired quicker. You slow down. Even if you keep up, your body. Which is why a lot of people have some suspicions about the last few years of Tom Brady's career, but that's another video for another day, right? But there's just certain things, the fact that, somehow LeBron James, through an athletic competition where players are burning 4,000 calories, somehow he put on 7 pounds during the NBA game. And, of course, the people around him had ties to PEDs and some of the things Victor Conte said before he died as far as his suspicions about LeBron. And last but not least, one of the biggest suspicions about LeBron is his still unexplained 2-week absence from the NBA when he was a member of the Cavaliers. So former NBA player Brendan Haywood, who was LeBron's teammate at the time, was talking to Rick Bucher, and that got brought up. And look how Brendan Haywood wants no parts of talking about that, saying, I don't want a call from, Clutch or a call from them, talking about Clutch, a.k.a. the Lemafia. And it's just so sad that people can't even have an honest conversation about stuff.
Have you ever played on a team? got to have played on a team where you had the star out for a period of time, and the team was rolling without them, and then you had to integrate them back in. Maybe not. This is kind of a unique situation, but I'm wondering just what goes into making that work, or did it work?
I've never really had that. Like I've never because the star players that I played with, MJ early on in my career, never really had to work him back in. Maybe Gilbert Arenas after the knee injury, but Gil was working his way back, so it wasn't really awkward. It wasn't like he felt like, hey, I got to get all these shots up. Dirk was never out. When LeBron did get missing for remember when he had in Cleveland, like he was gone for like 10
Did he go down to
games?
Miami?
Yeah.
We gotta talk about that. We gotta talk about that sometime.
I'm not gonna get the call. Okay, you're not gonna do me like that. I know what the call. You ain't gonna set me up, Rick. I know what I ain't gonna get the call. All I'm saying is
I just wanted you to acknowledge that you would get a call. That's all.
Hey, listen. All I know is when he came back, he was integrated right back into the team. I don't know what you're laughing at. I don't have any part of this.
No,
if the call
you
is
have no idea what I'm talking about or why I'm laughing.
Call Rick Bucher. Don't call me. I'm not involved.
That's sad, honestly, man. I don't find anything funny about that. They're sad. So we supposed to just, and this is why I don't have that clown in my top 10. And shout out to The Truth for posting this on the X/Twitter. I want to give him credit because he's the one that posted the clip of that. And I want to give a shout out to one of my subscribers, Jesse Gladsager, for sending this to me as well. It's sad. So we're supposed to just ignore it. I'm not going to do that. I'm not, man. And that's what annoys a lot of LeBron fans about me. They're like, well, how can you just penalize him for something you think he did? Well, they did the same thing to Barry Bonds, bro. And they're going to do the same thing to him. I keep forgetting to do a video about it. Even though he's technically eligible for the Veterans Committee, I think they added some stupid rule where if he doesn't get at least 5% of the vote in the Veterans Committee, then he can be forever knocked off from ever being considered or eligible for the Veterans Committee again. So what they're doing is, these spiteful journalists, they're preventing future generations who may not have the same apathetic feelings towards Bonds, right? And who might be more willing and more objective when it comes to Barry Bonds and look at his sheer numbers and put him in. So that's this generation giving Barry Bonds the finger, and probably Roger Clemens too. And Bonds has never really failed a drug test. You can suspect that he did it all you want, but you don't have the evidence. So a lot of people suspect O.J. Simpson did something, but he was found not guilty. And that's what ticks me off. So you want to do that to Barry Bonds, but all of a sudden now it don't count for with him. It don't count for LeBron James. So if that's what you're going to do to Barry, I will do the same thing to LeBron. We do the same thing this dude, man. So we're not going to be able to, we're just supposed to ignore this guy disappearing from the NBA for 2 weeks. He comes back looking like his old self, heavier, explosive, jumping out the gym. Before that, before he went down to Miami to do whatever he was doing, he just didn't look like himself. Now, mind you, this was over 10 years ago. Over 10 years ago. So can we do the Barry Bonds treatment with him too? Like, how people say, well, let's just saw off Barry's last 7 years. Well, can we saw off LeBron's last 10 years? So yeah, man, Just wanted to post this on here, man. They got Brendan Haywood scared he'll get that call. Come on, man. Cavs running the NBA. At least they've been running the NBA like a mafia, but it's starting to wane now. You know what I'm saying? The government, and I don't really root for the government, but in this situation, the government trying to regulate things in the NBA because Lord knows Adam Silver's not doing his job. He let this guy run amok. Showing up the goddamn pregame shootouts with his shirt off like he in Rucker Park somewhere. Drinking wine on the sidelines. Come on, man. Wearing a do-rag when he got nothing on top of his goddamn head, looking like Homer Simpson. Come on, man. What are you doing, bro?